If a scientist creates a yam that can grow in less than 2 weeks, would you eat that? Alright, that's what we're talking about today, genetically modified food. My name is Cynthia Bassi and I am on the streets of Abuja. We were asking people about GMOs, that's genetically modified food. What are they? Are they safe? Are they affordable? Do they make food more accessible? Do they make food more maybe affordable? I don't know. We'll be finding out what the science about GMO is and finding out about what the people think on the street about GMOs. Today, we're explaining something that sounds big but is actually simple: genetically modified foods or GM foods. We'll show you with pictures, examples, and an easy experiment what it means, why people use it, and what people worry about. Think of it like giving plants helpful tools so they can survive tough conditions. First, what's a gene? Imagine a recipe book inside every plant. That book tells the plant how to grow, how to make leaves, how to resist pests, and how to use water. A gene is a single recipe in that book. When scientists say a plant is genetically modified, they mean they added or changed one of those recipes so the plant does something different. For example, makes a substance that bugs don't like, or uses water more carefully. It's like adding a useful recipe to the cookbook. Not magic, just changing instructions. If your small local corn keeps getting eaten by a bug, a scientist might add a recipe from another plant that helps fight that bug. The corn now has a new tool. That's a genetically modified corn. Important quick difference. Farmers have been improving crops for centuries. Traditional breeding mixes two plants to get better traits. Hybrid seeds are carefully crossed to give bigger yield. Genetic modification actually moves or edits a specific instruction, a gene, more precise than old methods. The experiment. We are going to imagine planting both corns in two different conditions, one with enough water, rainy season, and one with little water, dry season. We'll also imagine pest attacks. This is a model. It helps us see how different traits matter. Here is regular corn, small, local variety. Here is modified corn, bigger, bred or modified to resist some pests or to handle less water. If both plants get plenty of rain, both may do okay, but if water is scarce, the regular corn may fail or give few kernels. A drought-tolerant modified corn, though, can keep producing because it uses water more efficiently, like having a water-saving setting. If insects attack, regular corn might lose many kernels. That's less food for families and less money for farmers. Modified corn can have a trait that makes insects avoid it or die when they try to eat it. The result? Less crop loss, more food. So, in our example, the modified corn gives a bigger, more reliable harvest when conditions are hard. That's why many scientists and farmers see GM traits as tools to fight hunger. Let's try another simple home or classroom activity. If you are a school or a family, try a tiny germination test. Put 2 corn seeds or wet paper towels in separate cups. Give 1 cup of regular water and give the other less water. Watch over a week. You'll see which seed sprouts faster and how much water affects growth. You can't test actual GM traits this way, but you will see how water and care matter. Examples you might know. Some maize is developed to resist pests. Some tomatoes have been modified to stay firmer and last longer on shelves. Soybeans have been changed to grow faster. Cotton often has insect-resistant varieties. Also remember, many supermarket foods come from improved or hybrid seeds, so modified food in some form is already widespread. On the plus side, GM traits can mean bigger harvests, fewer pesticides, crops that survive drought that can help farmers and reduce hunger. On the other side, people worry about environmental impacts like loss of local varieties, potential health questions, and that big companies might control seed supply. So, the issue is not simply good or bad. It depends on how it is used, regulated, and whether farmers and communities are protected. That's why many countries have rules and testing before GM crops are released. Consumers can also look for labels and ask sellers where their food comes from. Now let's take a quick recap. Genetically modified means changing a plant's instructions so it gains a new useful trait like pest resistance or drought tolerance. It's more precise than old crossbreeding. GM crops can help feed more people, but they need good safety rules and respect for farmers' rights. If you want to learn more, ask at your local agricultural extension office, speak to farmers in your community, or visit a science center. And when you buy food, ask where seeds and produce came from. That helps everyone make better choices.
Good afternoon, what's your name?
I'm Mr. Shem Solomon.
So, we've been hearing that, have you ever heard of genetically modified food?
Yeah.
So that's GMO. So if you hear that your food, the food that you have been eating, maybe beans, yam, tomato, has been genetically modified, scientists have used chemical to upgrade it, will you eat it?
I can't eat it.
Why?
Because it will affect me.
Why do you think it will affect you?
It will affect my cells, my body cells, and it will bring me down.
I know about genetically modified food, but then I haven't really ventured deeply into getting to understand exactly what's going on here. But I can say that genetically modified food wouldn't be that great for us, because if you look at the people that live longer in this generation now, you will see that the people that live longer are mostly the people that still eat natural food. You know, the people that still live longer are the people that eat natural food. Let me not just go far. Let me just use we Africans as an example. We Africans, there are still like a lot of us that still live longer.
It's like having cloning, having artificial food. Our natural food is the best. Nowadays we hear a lot of ailments, even with little children, which our forefathers that grew up to 100, some 80, some 90 something, looking so strong, didn't even have. I think it's from this genetically modified food.
You were talking about fruits, vegetables, and all of that. So, genetically modified foods mainly are foods that they use chemicals to immediately, see how their growth can be.
So if they tell you now that it's making us save costs and it's going to be affordable, so what's your own view?
I can't go for it. I can't go for it. I rather farm the ones I want to eat, because in my knowledge, based on my knowledge, I think when I farm, I can be able to eat what I farm. Yes, so that to avoid all those chemicals and whatever.
And I can very much say that it's because we still venture into eating natural food more than, I don't want to say anything that will, contradict anything.
If you now hear that those genetically modified food will make the cost of food come down so that we can afford it, will you now opt for it?
Make the cost of food come down. I think we have many things to do to make the cost of food come down. And not only bringing about genetically modified food, because we want to make cost of food come down, don't mean say make they kill us. Because don't mean say make they shorten our lifespan. You understand? So if you want the cost of food to come down, there are many ways to do so. It's not only based on genetically modified food. It can also be based on looking into the economy and see things we can actually do to make sure we get that solved. As it is right now, I think it will be difficult to, even if the genetically modified food comes around, getting the economy to be stable. I don't even think that is an idea, is something we can look into. Say that would even do anything or work anything out, because that's not the problem. We are just trying to blind ourselves from the actual problem to kind of, present to us this kind of food that will shorten our lifespan. And I don't actually know exactly the reason why they want to do that, but doing that, I don't think it's a good idea.
So is it a welcomed idea for you? Do you think Nigerians should opt to it? Do you think we should, go with the flow? Or it's bad for our health, we need to go back to how we used to farm and produce?
Mainly genetically modified foods are not really good for consumption. That's for my own personal view. Like, I like to buy banana, I like to buy fruits, but when I see the ones that you know that these ones did not grow naturally, and these things tend to affect the health system of ourselves. So I don't really subscribe for them.
My name is Rafael.
So we've been going around, we've been asking people about genetically modified food, those food that they use chemicals to, make them grow faster. So do you prefer to eat those foods, or you prefer the foods that were grown the more natural way?
I prefer the natural way. But according to people that can analyze it, they say the one that will use chemical that make it fast, that one can affect our system. So to me, and I grow in village, so I can see that the natural one is okay to me. But in a town like this, we don't have option.
So if you hear that it's going to make food more affordable, will you still subscribe to it, or still no for you?
I have to subscribe to it now, because I can't be going to my village and bring something, and the village is far.
So that's it on today's episode of Science on the Street. We've heard from the people on the street. So you out there, what do you think about genetically modified foods? That's a question for you to ponder. You can leave your answers on the comments on our social media handles at Idea Television. My name is Cynthia Bassi. Until I come your way next time.